In today's Pick a Card reading, we're looking at communication with your guides. They're already reaching out to connect with you. So we'll be looking at the signs you might be missing and how to go about connecting back. This topic was actually requested by one of my newsletter subscribers, the Soul Circle. It comes with a subscriber-only monthly collective reading and the ability to shape this channel with topic requests. It's free to join and the link is in the description. We have 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. You might feel called just to a single pile, or you might find yourself drawn to more than one or even all 3. Trust your intuition and watch the ones you're pulled towards, because those could have a message in it for you. As always, the links to the readings are down below and I'll see you there. Welcome to the reading for pile 1. And this is actually the first card in the spread. And for this we have the 7 of Pentacles. And what this card is about is where you currently are in connection with your guides. And so what I'm getting from this is that you are kind of looking at other people and seeing, well, they're getting this and this and this, and I just get this. So it's about being in that place of wishing that you could have a lot more connection. You maybe have a little, you may be completely unaware of it since she's looking in the other direction. But you're getting some, whether you're aware of it or not, and you're missing these signs. But you're looking at these wishing like crazy that you could have a lot more. So that's where you're coming from. So let's grab a deck. And we are going to grab 2 cards. And this is going to be the tangibles, so what you actually have right now that will help you, because we are going to assume the goal of this is to connect fully with your guides. So what tangibles, assets do you have right now that will help you do that? And for card 3, what needs to change? So 2 cards, tangible assets, and what needs to change. Okay, so your tangible assets. We have the Page of Swords. And what this is saying is you're actually really good at communicating, at least with other people. So, you know, your guides are people. They may not be human people, but they're still people. So you're actually really good at communicating. And from the look of this, you're pretty determined to communicate with your guides. And that's a really good thing, because that means you're open to it. And that will facilitate you having a good connection with them. It's just a case of recognizing how they connect. I spent years thinking I couldn't hear without realizing that that little voice in my head was actually my guides. So you are probably already connecting and unaware of it. But this is saying that you are determined and you're actually very good at communication. So what needs to change? And we have the King of Cups. And what I'm getting from this is it's about trust. You need to be able to connect with your guides and actually get information back, however it is you receive information, because it could be visual, auditory, it could be a knowing, it could be a feeling, it could be a smell, it could be, you know, lines from a movie or a song, it could be all sorts of things. So however you currently connect, and it will grow into all of those, it's about trust and about noticing. Because this little fish down here didn't notice that that cat was there and about to eat him. He was just carrying on, you know, thinking he was safe, swimming round and round this island, and he didn't notice it. Yet the cat is sitting there thinking, I'm hungry, I trust that I will get food. There's an ocean here, I'm just going to put my paw in and get the food out. And so it's that aspect of trusting that what you want will happen, and also being aware of what's coming in, because that will help build that trust up. Once you notice that, yes, you are getting communication in, it will help build that trust. And it's sort of like a feedback loop in there. It will help you strengthen it. But first you have to notice it, if that makes sense. So what needs to change is that you need to develop this trust. Okay? Don't just sit there expecting it to come in exactly as you determined. Be open, which you already are. Be open and just trust that it will come, and start noticing what does come. So let's grab the next deck. And for this, we're going to get 3 cards. And this one is going to be, the 4th card in the spread is going to be the signs that your guides are already giving you that you may or may not have noticed. Then card 5 will be what you have to do to connect with them, hear them, whatever it is. And card 6 will be all the details of that plan. So this is very much a how-to, and this will give you the details of how to do it. Okay, so this is the signs that your guides are already giving you. And for this we have the 7 of Swords. And what I'm getting for this is they are dropping little thoughts into your mind. So if you find yourself having thoughts, but you don't quite know where they come from, they're not sort of like something that you were previously thinking about and it's just an extension of it, or possibly, they might not even sound like your voice. You will find that at some point your guides will start sounding different. They will either have a different tone of voice, or they'll start using words you don't, or something like that. At least that's what I've found. But they are already dropping little thoughts into your head very quietly. This guy's tiptoeing away, but it's just really quiet little thoughts, plonk, 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 like this, as they go through. And so it's up to you to basically quieten your mind so that you can hear these, because these are going to be very, very quiet. But they are little thoughts. This is what you have to watch out for. Just little thoughts of, oh, did I think that? Or was that given to me by one of my guides? So the how to go about connecting with them. And for this we have the 5 of Wands reversed. And this does back out what I just said in this. You have to be quiet. You have to keep your mind still, because these things are so quiet. They are going to be quieter than your normal thoughts. That's a given. So you have to still your mind to get to the point where you can hear them. So in this case, I would probably sort of suggest either doing some sort of meditation, some mindfulness, some contemplation, whatever kind of like of those 3 suits you best. Go along that route, but it's a case of quietening your mind, because the more noise there is, the less likely you're going to hear a very quiet thought coming into your head. So focus on that, and focus on really blanking out your mind so that you can hear these thoughts that are coming in. And so let us get the full details of the plan. And for this we have the Devil reversed. And what I'm getting from this is, don't tie yourself to an idea. Don't automatically assume that this is going to be one single meditation that will work for all time, kind of thing. it doesn't work like that. As you grow, things change. So try a meditation, try some mindfulness, try just walking in nature, try contemplating something. There's all these different avenues. The end result is you want a quiet mind. And so you'll be able to work out as you do it whether this method works for you or not, because this is a collective reading. So it's going to be different for each of you, or at least each group of you. Some of you, meditation will work and it will quiet your mind and you'll be able to hear them. Others, it won't work. Others have to go out and, maybe do some Tai Chi to quieten your mind. Maybe super focused on your work. It's all sorts of different things for different people. But the aim is to quieten your mind. And once you've worked it out, it will probably work for a little bit. And then you will have to grow that method so that it will change. Don't chain yourself to the one idea that works, and don't chain yourself to a single idea to try. Try a lot of stuff. Once you've found it, carry on until it stops working, and then start experimenting again, is what this is saying. Because as you grow, things do change. The location of your guides, sort of either outside you or when you get higher vibration inside your head and so on, it changes. So get used to that change and don't get bogged down in this is the way it worked, I demand it to be this way, because it will change as you grow. And that's part of your growth, is to understand that you now need to find a new way and to start experimenting, because that experimentation helps you grow, which will in turn help you have a stronger connection. So let's grab the next deck. And for this we are going to get 3 more cards. And this is cards 7, 8, and 9. So card 7, your guides. What are they wanting you to notice in the way of how they communicate? What are they wanting to tell you about it? Or card 8 is what you don't know that you don't know yet. So what's hidden from you that you need to know in order to be successful at communicating with your guides. And card 9 is your hopes and dreams. We've seen from this one that you're wanting what other people sort of seem to be getting. You may not get what other people are getting. You'll get what's best for you. But what are you hoping for? So, 3 cards. What your guides are wanting you to notice, what you need to know that you don't know yet, and what are you hoping for? Okay, so your guides and what they're hoping that you will notice. And for this we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And what this is saying to me is they are hoping that you can still your mind enough that these thoughts can come in and that you will notice them instead of just being loud, being focused on what you want to focus on. It's like when you're sitting out in nature, if you get still enough, a rabbit or a deer or, whatever you have around you will come up and it will come through the clearing because it doesn't know you're there because you're that quiet. It's that kind of energy is what they are wanting from you. That you are so still, so centered that these thoughts can come in and be seen, heard, whatever, by you, noticed by you, because that is what they are trying to do. They are communicating as loudly as they can. Initially, it is usually quieter. It gets louder and it gets more obvious the quieter that you get used to having your mind. But initially, it is a case of you really have to quieten down and start noticing. And that's what they are wanting you to do, is really center, quiet, still, and then be alert and notice. So what do you need to know that you don't know yet? The invisibles, the intangibles. And for this, we have the Lovers reversed. And what I'm getting from this is your guides up here are actually going to be helping you. If you can commit to this quietening of your mind, they are going to be helping you, initially at least, by trying their very best to help you block out everything that is getting in the way of things. So, sort of phone ringing, that you've forgotten to turn off, stray thoughts that aren't helping you get centered and focused. They are going to do their very best, but you have to take that first step. You have to actually sit down in meditation, contemplation, stand up, do Tai Chi, whatever it is that ends up working for you. You have to commit to that, and in return, they will do their best while you are doing that to help you focus and learn how to focus and learn how to quiet your mind. They are as committed as you are to this communication, and that is what they are going to help you do while you are committed to doing whatever it is that you found that works for you. And this one is your hopes and dreams. And for this, we have the Four of Wands reversed. So what I'm getting from this is that you're hoping that you are going to have a really good, intimate connection with your guides. This is what you're really striving for, which does back this up. You are very determined to connect. And this is saying that, yes, you are really hoping for this intimate connection. You're welcoming it in, which means that you almost certainly, hopefully, will put the work in that is needed, and your guides will then obviously follow up because they are completely committed. And there's a good chance that this is going to happen because of how determined you are, what you're hoping for, and, if you do this, how much your guides are going to help you. So we're going to grab one last deck with 3 more cards. And this is going to be the outcome. Will you manage this? Will you commit to this, find it and commit to it, and start centering it? Will you start noticing these thoughts that are coming in that your guides are giving you? And will you end up with this connection that you really want? And the next one is how your guides will respond and see you when you do. And the last one is what you need to sacrifice to achieve this beautiful connection with your guides. So, the most likely outcome. How your guides will see you once you manage it, and what you have to sacrifice. Okay, the most likely outcome. We have the World. So yes, you absolutely will manage this. If you can quieten your mind, you will start to notice these thoughts. This is all your guides looking at you, and you have succeeded in doing this. You're going to have this amazing connection, and doing this work is really going to raise your vibration up a lot. So you are going to be an absolute master at this once you can get there and start noticing it. It is going to be an amazing connection. You're going to be one of these people that you're wishing you could be like times 10 kind of thing. It's going to be an amazing connection that you have. So, how will your guides see you if you manage this, or when you manage this? And for this we have the Page of Pentacles, and they are going to be absolutely overjoyed. They're going to see your commitment and your focus to this growth, and they are going to be overjoyed and really lifting you up and saying, yes, you have been a really good student at this, and we are really glad to be partnered with you. They love you unconditionally, whether you succeed or not, but they are going to be so happy that you manage this, because you're going to manage this, that this is just another pull towards, almost another sort of motivation. You know, they really want you there as much as you want you there. And the last one is what you have to sacrifice. And for this, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And what I'm getting from this is you have to sacrifice not doing anything and just standing there wishing. Why don't I have the connection they have? You've actually got to take action. You know, this guy is pretty solid, pretty staid, pretty stuck. And this is saying you can't stay stuck and get this connection. You're going to get this connection, but you have to put in the work. So this is saying you have to sacrifice doing nothing, basically, which is kind of not surprising, really. But that's what you have to sacrifice. So to sum it all up, you are wanting this connection if you put in this work of calming your mind and noticing the things that the thoughts that your guides are putting in your head already, and just being still and noticing them coming in, you will have this amazing connection. And to do that, try meditation, try Tai Chi, try mindfulness, try contemplation, try journaling. Whatever it is that you find that calms your mind and centers you and helps your mind get empty, that is what's going to get you there. And your guides will help you the moment you commit to this and start doing it. And all you have to sacrifice is stop doing nothing. Drop a like, subscribe and comment below if this resonated. I would seriously love your help growing this channel, because I'm new and I'm small, and I would love to get more subscribers so that this can get out to more people. If you'd like to have the chance to request topics, then go ahead and join my free club, the Soul Circle. The link is in the description below, and monthly you will get an extra unlisted free reading, collective reading, that is just for the members of the Soul Circle. And you'll get the chance to request topics for videos like this, and this was a subscriber topic. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I'll see you in the next pile or the next video. Welcome to the reading for pile 2. This is actually the first card in the spread, and it represents where you are right now. And for this we have the Two of Cups. And what I'm getting from this is your guides are there. They're giving you information already. They're looking over you, and they're seeing you reaching out, but not quite knowing how. You're not quite connecting, but you're doing your best, and you kind of reach out, and you reach out another way, and you reach out another way, and you're not quite getting there. But they are doing your best, and they've sent other people like this video to help you work out what might be you might need to change for you specifically. So let us grab a deck. And we're going to get 2 cards with this. And this is going to be The tangibles, the first one is going to be the tangibles. So what you have that is going to facilitate you connecting to your guides, because we are going to assume that your goal is to connect with your guides, and this is a how-to spread. So card 2 will be the tangibles you have that will help you. And card 3 will be what needs to change to get your goal of connecting with your guides. Okay, interesting. This represents the tangibles that you have, the things that will help you connect with your guides. And for this we have the Page of Swords reversed. So what this is saying is that you have this determination, this inner determination, but you currently don't know how to communicate. You have followed numerous books, videos, courses, advice from others, but you're just not there. You're stuck. But you have this absolutely incredible amount of determination to do this. And that is what's tangible. You've got access to other bits of information like this video, and you are utterly and completely determined to do this. This is like a massive goal for you, and that motivation is going to get you a long way. So that is your tangible here. What needs to change? And for this we have the 3 of Swords reversed. And weirdly for some of you, I almost think it's stop writing in your diary, stop journaling. That's what's not helping. It's bizarre. That may or may not apply to you, so take with how that resonates with you. Other than that, what needs to change? You need to kick out the thoughts that say that you are not connecting, because you're just not recognizing it yet. Okay? You've got all the help you need. You're just not quite managing it yet. But you have that help, you have the knowledge and so on. So you need to let go of the beliefs that are saying that you can't. Because as that, I think it was Ford that said, I don't remember, somebody said, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. And it is very true. So you need to let go of these beliefs that you can't, that you don't talk to your guides, that you can't hear them, that, and all of that lot. Everything that is blocking you in that way, those beliefs need to go. And then you can work on actually hearing, seeing, feeling, whatever it is, that they are communicating to you, because they are already communicating. It's just a case of we've got to get you to realize it. So let us grab the next deck. And we're going to get 3 cards from this. The first one is going to be the signs that they're already giving you, whether you're noticing them or not. This is how they're trying to reach you. Okay, they're already reaching out. So how are they trying to reach you? And this is what this card will tell us, number 4. Number 5 is going to be how to connect with your guides, the overall big plan. How do you do it? What will work for you? Because you've clearly tried a lot of different stuff already. So what will work for you? And number 6 is going to be the details of that plan, because this is a how-to spread and we like actionable details. So 3 cards. The signs they're already giving you that you may not be noticing, the plan of how to connect with them, and the details. So this is the signs that your guides are giving you that you may or may not be noticing. And what I'm getting for this is it's not about this time, it's not about thoughts in your head. They are being very quiet, but they are leaving little clues behind, and it's things for you to notice. So they are wanting you to look for signs. So what do I mean by signs? Signs along the lines of you hear a song title or song lyrics or something, or you change channel on the TV and you hear a phrase. You walk past a bunch of strangers chatting away and you hear a phrase. Those are signs from your guides. Pay attention to what you pick up that you weren't expecting to get. You just, you open a book and it says something that answers a question that you've been considering. Those are currently how your guides are communicating. They're not giving you words into your head. They're not giving you in the way of feelings or emotions. It is physical signs that they are literally just dropping in your path, that they want you to know that this is from them. So when you get them and you come across an unexpected conversation or see a poster or whatever it is you're walking downtown, whatever it is, when you see something, does that resonate as the answer to my question? And be mindful of getting that information. That is what's going to open this pathway. If you are meant to hear your guides, see your guides, know your, sort of knowing information from your guides, channel your guides and all that lot, that will come in this lifetime. But this is your first step. And it's a small step. It is already there. It is there for you to see with your physical eyes and you hear with your physical ears, so that it's easier, and that will open these pathways and allow you to literally reach across that little gap, because you are so close, and that will give you what you need to link up to them. And then you can start discerning which of those signs is from them. And once you've done that, you'll probably find more things open up. But this is the way they've chosen to start with you. So what is the plan to connect with your guides? And for this, we have the 7 of Pentacles. And to me, this means, given this, focus on the little things. Don't worry about the fact that other people, can actually see their guides or can hear them or channel them or know information with them or connect, utterly with them with telepathy, whatever it is. Don't worry about that. Okay? Focus on the little things and what they are trying to get through to you first. So focus on these little signs, because this will open everything else up. This is your entryway, and this is what they need you to know and to help you start noticing. Okay? So what are the details of this plan? And for this, we have the Emperor. And the Emperor is basically in charge of everything. He sees everything. So what this is saying to me is, you have to start noticing everything in your environment, bringing it in, sorting it through your intuition and bringing it to your heart and saying, is this from my guides? Was it just, I went out looking for a feather and therefore I found a feather? Or was it, I was walking by and someone said, yes, that's the way to do it. And it's like, that was from my guides. Sort through it and bring it into your heart, and you are the one who is deciding and discerning what information that you're getting in is from your guides. What are these signs? Don't just start sort of randomly flipping TV channels hoping for messages. Just notice it when it is something you're not thinking about, because it's always something you're not thinking about. They don't come in and make a big deal of things, okay? Your guides work subtly. They tiptoe. So when you change channels, what do you hear suddenly? If you flick through a channel you weren't expecting, or you get a message that is just like, oh, that's what they meant. So bring it in through your intuition, into your heart, and do your discernment, but make sure that you are aware of everything so that you can spot these signs and then use your discernment. Because if you can't see a sign, there's nothing to use your discernment on. So it's a case of being more aware is the deep plan, and then focusing on these signs so that you can see, hear, whichever it is of them. So let's grab another deck, and we're going to get 3 more cards. This is going to be cards 7, 8, and 9 of this spread. 7 is going to be your guides and what it is they're wanting you to notice. So what of these signs do they want you to notice especially? 8 is going to be the hidden stuff, the stuff you don't know that you need to know, that you have to know to succeed. So, what you don't know that you don't know yet. And 9 is going to be your hopes and dreams around connecting to your guides. So 3 cards. What your guides want you to notice, what you don't know that you don't know yet, and your hopes and dreams. So, what your guides want you to notice, we have the Empress reversed. And what I'm kind of getting from this is start noticing how you feel. Really become aware of your energy and what constitutes you, so that when someone walks into your field, you can feel them. Because this is your guide saying, if you are thoroughly aware of how you feel, your comfort area, your aura, your energy, how it all feels, you will notice that change. And then you can start saying, okay, now I have to be super aware and notice these signs, because I now know one is coming. They've just come in and they're about to point me to something. What am I seeing? That will help you with this discernment, because you'll now be able to feel that you've got a guide in your space about to give you a message. And when you can feel that, and trust me, you can feel it, then you will spot these signs much easier. And one thing I've learnt that I will pass on here is, as you get used to your guides, and I don't know how many you have, everyone has a different number, it doesn't matter how many you have, they will always come in the same place in your energy field. So I have, if this was me, I have a guide that always comes in here, I have a guide that always comes in here, I have another one that always comes in over the top, and I have another one that sort of comes in at this angle, and so on, okay? And you'll be able to tell who they are relative to where they're coming in from, where they're standing, okay? So start not only noticing your field, but when your field starts to like, oh, this bit's, drawing my attention over here, this bit's getting more firm, this bit's kind of feeling like pressure, like it's coming in, whatever it is for you, okay? That is how that guide will represent themselves going forward, at least until you are further along, okay? So start noticing that, because then you know who the message is coming from as well. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is what you don't know that you don't know yet. And we have the Chariot reversed. So what I'm getting from this is you've got your intuition and your ego mind and your guides, okay? Your guides are going to be going, it's this way. Here's the message, it's this way. Your intuition is going to be sitting there, open, ready to receive it. And your ego mind is going to be going, oh, and it might be that sign, and that sign, and that sign, oh, and that one. And it's going to try and distract you and pull you in the wrong direction, okay? So to do this, once you've realized that there's someone in your field and they're about to give you a sign, get into that relaxed state that your intuition works best and quieten your ego mind, because that will help you follow the right route and actually see this, rather than having 101 different bits of information coming in at you and your ego mind going, oh, but I saw that flower and I saw that feather and, oh, and the TV said this, oh, and the book said this, and I just glanced at my phone and it said this. That is not going to help you, okay? When you feel this, get calm and allow your intuition to bring it in. That is what's hidden that you need to know. So your hopes and dreams around this. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And what I'm getting from this is you are really, really wanting to connect with your guides. And you're really hoping that this is going to turn it around and allow you to connect, because you really want that connection with them. You know they're out there and you feel like you're stuck unconnected and you just want to turn the whole thing around and be connected and start getting on with it. So you've got the motivation again, which is what this is saying, the inner motivation. You've got that motivation and you will get there. Just keep practicing these things, okay? These signs, these awareness, this knowing of your energy field, and then the quietening of your mind so that you can actually get the sign in and recognize it for what it is. So we're going to get one last deck. And we're going to have 3 cards. And this is going to be the most likely outcome, as in, will you manage it? Will this, doing this, will this help you connect with your guides and start realizing that you're getting information from them? The next one is going to be how your guides will see you once you've managed it. And the last one is going to be what you have to sacrifice or stop doing to get there. So, 3 cards. Most likely outcome, how your guides will see you afterwards, and what you have to sacrifice. So we have the most likely outcome. And for this we have the 7 of Pentacles reversed, which I think is absolutely fascinating, given that 2, 3, 4, this was the plan to focus on the details. And we now have that card saying he is intently focused on that one thing to the exclusion of everything else, okay? He has gone and done what his plan was. So I think this is saying the outcome is, yes, you are going to get yourself unbelievably centered, focused, go inwards and concentrate on this one thing that you've been asked to do by your guides. Okay? So I think you're going to be very successful at this. What your guides will think of you afterwards, and for this we have the King of Cups. I think they are going to see you as a master of your energy. The King is the highest in any suit, and so this is a completion. It's a case of you do this and they're going to see that you've graduated. And it could mean afterwards that, you know, they start communicating in another way, but at the moment If you manage this and you start spotting these signs and getting this information in, they will see that you have graduated and you have managed it. So they're going to be really happy with that. And what you have to sacrifice. And for this, we have the Four of Wands. And what this is saying to me is a little bit like this one here. You have to sacrifice all the other things that are going to distract you. You have to put this barrier across and say, none of that. I'm focused. This is my goal. This is what I want. I need to cut out everything behind that, as in everything in the ego mind that is wanting to distract you once you feel someone come in that will pull you in every direction to try and find the sign. You need to cut that out and just allow, okay? Don't get so excited that somebody is in your energy field that you just go insane trying to find every single possible sign, because that will help you find none of them, okay? You have to allow information to come in. It is not a force outwards, it's an allowing inwards. So that's what you have to sacrifice. You have to say, blank that and allow it to come. Drop a like, subscribe and comment if this resonated. I would dearly love your help growing this channel. I am small, fairly new, and if I could get more subscribers, this video would get out to more people, which would be awesome. Since this video was actually a topic requested by one of my newsletter subscribers, the Soul Circle, if you would like to join, there is a link in the description below, and I'd love to see you there. You get a monthly unlisted video just for members of the Soul Circle, as well as your chance to shape this channel with topics like this that you want more of, that you want to know about, that you're interested in having a video around. So you get to give me those ideas and vote on what topics might come up. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I'll see you in the next pile or the next video. Welcome to the reading for pile 3. And for this is actually the first card in the spread. And it says where you are right now. And we have judgment. So what I'm getting from this is you are almost seeing your guides as above you, better than you, not equal to you, if that makes sense. You are looking up at them and not worshipping them as such, but sort of revering them for, how much better they are than you. And that's where I'm kind of getting that you are currently at. So let us grab a deck. And we're going to get 2 cards. And these cards are going to be what you have, the tangibles, what you have right now that will help you connect. Because I'm going to assume the goal of this spread is that you want to connect with your guides, because otherwise why would you be watching the video? And this is a how-to spread. So what are the tangibles that you have that will help you achieve that goal? Tangibles you have right now. And the second card is going to be what needs to change. So, 2 cards. What are the tangibles and what needs to change? Okay, so the tangibles we have are the 7 of Cups. And what this is saying to me is that you're very good at following conventional knowledge and wisdom and currently being good at being in your heart, really. So you have the vibration, you have the heart-centeredness, and you have a lot of options, a lot of like techniques that you've learned and so on. So you have like the knowledge and things. It's just not quite worked yet, but you have everything that you need to connect to your guides. So what needs to change? And for this we have the Fool reversed. And what I'm getting from this is, while you have all this knowledge and the plans, the reason it hasn't happened yet is you're trying to sort of follow almost like a rule book. This is kind of coming across not just as any old ship, but the Navy, and it's very regulated and strict, and you do this, you do that, you do the other. And what needs to change is you need to stop doing that. So stop following all these techniques that you've learned that have been, sort of given to you by, books, videos, courses, whatever it is that you got them off of. And they say, this is the steps, 1, 2, 3, you have to do it this way, everyone has to do it this way. And you need to change by letting that go, because that's not the way it works. How you connect to your guides is a very individual experience. Individual, not just because you, but also because of your guides. So how they prefer to connect, as well as how you best receive the information. So you've learned all this stuff, your heart's in the right place, but somehow you're sort of trying to do it by the book. And that's what needs to change. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to grab another deck. And for this one, we are going to get 3 cards. And card number 4 is going to be these signs that your guides are already giving you, because they are, that you may or may not be noticing already. Okay, so what are the signs that they're giving you? How are they trying to communicate that you may or may not be noticing? The next one is going to be the plan to achieve this goal, this being able to communicate with your guides. What is the plan? And the third one is going to be, what are the details of the plan, the actionable details, because this is a how-to spread, and we like actionable steps. So, 3 cards. What are the signs that you're being given already? What's the plan? And what are the steps, the details? Okay, so what are the signs that you are getting? And for this, I have the 6 of Wands reversed. And what I'm getting for this is your guides are communicating with little bursts of passion and interest, and they are watching you go about, sort of like trying to make a decision. Do I want that? Do I want this? Do I want A or B? And they're sending a little burst of passion of like, pick A, you love A. Whatever that is. And you've got to notice these little bursts of passion that are coming in. This is the way that they are first off communicating. This is only going to be step 1, okay? Once you've got this open, it will lead you to opening further in other ways. But your entryway into this is start noticing these little passions. If you are suddenly attracted to a topic or a person, or turning left instead of right, whatever it is, you suddenly find that little burst of interest and passion about something, that is your guide saying, pick that. That's the way to go. Okay? So start noticing your internal response to things when you have a question, when you're wanting to know what to do or what to choose or where to go or whatever it is, okay? What are you most passionate about? However small that passion is, are you more passionate about this than that? That is how they're communicating with you. Little bursts of passion just coming straight in. Boom, in it comes. Oh, that's the one that I'm more passionate about. I'll go that way. That is how they're already communicating with you. So the overall plan to connect with your guides, and we have the Knight of Swords. And what I'm getting from this is you've got to let go of this fear and just allow this thought to come in, and they come in fast. It's not going to be a slow build up to these passions. It's a bang. It is there. You can feel it, and it might be gone fraction of a second later, sort of thing. It is, the communication comes in, and it comes in very, very rapidly. So, it may stay, but it comes in very rapidly. And you just have to let go of this fear and trust that, is what this is saying. The overall plan is trust what you're getting, trust what comes in, and know that it comes in very, very rapidly. So rapidly that if you're paying attention to how you feel, you should be able to notice it because it's such a rapid change. Okay? So now we come to the details. And for this, we have the Page of Cups reversed. And what I'm getting from this is it's going to be your intuition, obviously, that picks up on these bursts of passion and things. And it will almost feel like, I wasn't feeling this way before, but now I am. That must be the message. So it's going to communicate not just the answer, but it's also going to get you used to knowing that it's not a personal choice, ego choice. It is actually from your guides. So this is a two-pronged thing of not just it's going to come in rapidly and you have to trust it and this burst of passion comes in, but you will get used to realizing that this passion comes because your guide has sent it. Okay? It's a case of start realizing where you are, feeling what you feel so you know what your baseline is before you ask a question or, whatever it is that you want to ask from them. Know where your baseline is, and you'll start recognizing when a burst of passion comes rapidly in. You will know, therefore, that this one comes from one of your guides. And that's what part of the plan is, to end up understanding which of these passions come as a result of your guide saying, here, really feel this passion, because that will help take you to the next stage where you can perhaps learn use some of these other techniques that you've learned, and you can perhaps hear, see, know, feel, whatever it is that the information comes in, as in step 2. But for step 1, it's going to be these little rapid bursts of passion and learning that those come from your guides is going to be the way forward for you. That will help you work out how your guides communicate and be able to listen to them and discern what comes from them and what doesn't. Okay, I'm going to grab another deck, and this one is going to give us 3 more cards, and it is going to be what your guides are wanting you to notice is the first one. The second one is going to be the intangibles, the what's hidden from you that you need to know. So the what you don't know that you don't know yet. And the last one is going to be your hopes and dreams around this, around connecting with your guides, not in general. So 3 cards. What your guides are wanting you to notice, what you don't know that you don't know, and your hopes and dreams around connecting with them. Okay, so what your guides are wanting you to notice. And for this we have the Knight of Cups reversed. So what this is saying to me is they're wanting you to notice the feelings, okay? Bursts of passion. This is what they're wanting you to notice, and they're wanting you to go internal and really notice how you feel. Because if you know at all times how you feel, then you can tell very easily when suddenly you become very interested in something. And that will help facilitate this communication. So start being aware of everything you feel internally, like whether you are open to something, whether you are liking something, disliking something, all that kind of stuff. Everything you feel, the emotional side of feeling, not the pressure touch on your skin, but the emotional side, the internal emotional side of how you feel. All of that, notice it and know how you are all the time, so that when it changes and you get this sudden burst of passion, you know it's a message. So what you don't know that you don't know yet. And for this we have the Four of Pentacles. And this is kind of backing this up, is what I'm getting from this, is you need to be thoroughly aware of everything around you, like hyper aware. Once you know how you feel, hold that. This is how I feel. This is what, sort of, even my aura feels like, if you want to extend it to the next stage, this is what my energy feels like. And just being hyper aware and keeping that focus, physical focus of hyper awareness of everything you feel, so that you know when it changes. Because if you know when it changes, you know when you're getting a message. If you don't know where your baseline is, you've no idea you've just got the message, because you didn't notice the change, because you didn't know where you started from. So you have to know where you started from. So this is saying you need to sit down and actually know where you start from before you ask your guides any questions. Okay? Really know the baseline. And this is your hopes and dreams around connecting with your guides. And we have the Page of Cups, which is thoroughly fascinating, considering that is the details of the plan. So you are basically hoping for what the plan details are. You are hoping to get an amazing intuition and connection with your guides. So this is a really good sign that you are hoping for what the plan that I have just helped you discover. Okay? So that's a really good thing. You're going in the right direction, and you will get there, because you're not wanting the opposite of what your plan is. So let's grab another deck, and we're going to grab 3 more cards. And these are going to be the most likely outcome. So if you follow this plan and you know your baselines, and you start noticing a change for rapid bursts of passion, and then noticing that that means it's a message from your guide. If you start doing all of that, what is the most likely outcome? The next card is going to be how your guides are going to see you once you manage it. And the last one is going to be what you have to sacrifice to get there. So, 3 cards. Most likely outcome, how your guides will see you after you get it, and what you have to sacrifice to get it. Okay, so the most likely outcome, we have the Ten of Swords. And what I'm getting from this is you are going to start realizing that you're getting these thoughts coming in, bang, 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 and the light is going to go on, as in like, oh, now I'm actually watching for this. I know my baseline. I can feel them come in and bang, there they are. Oh, so it's going to be like a light has been switched on in your head, and you are going to be able to suddenly detect just how often your guides have been trying to get hold of you. And you're going to be able to get this information coming in, bang, 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 bang. Okay, so that's a really good sign. How your guides are going to see you afterwards. And for this, we have the 10 of Pentacles. And this to me is meaning that they are going to see you as one of the family, which I think we need to come back to this and address this, because you are currently looking up at your guides and you are equal to your guides, okay? Everyone in creation is equal. Everybody is one. We are all the same consciousness, okay? You can't put part of your consciousness above the other. We are all equal, and they are going to see you as part of the family. And the message that's coming through is they want to also be seen as part of your family. They don't want to be revered and lifted up. They want to be seen as part of your family. And that is how they see you, is what's coming through. So what do you have to sacrifice? And for this, I have the 10 of Wands reversed. And what I'm getting from this is you need to sacrifice all these methods that you've learnt to do to connect to your guides, and the work it entails, and you need to just let it go. Okay? You've tried it, clearly it didn't work. Let it go. You just need to know how you feel, focus on how you feel in every moment, and wait for those rapid flashes of passion to come in around the answer, and then notice the fact that it's your guide, and then you'll realize just how much information that you are actually getting in already, and you can move forward knowing that you are communicating with your guides. It may not be in the way that you were hoping for initially. That can change perfectly well later. But once you know that you are communicating, you have that open channel with them, things will grow from there, okay? But the first thing you have to do is realize that, yes, you are actually communicating with them, and you can start getting in massive amounts of information from them. And all you have to do is let go of all of these learnings that you've had to how to connect with your guides. Drop a like, subscribe and comment below if this resonated. I would dearly love your help growing this channel. The more subscribers I have, the more likely this is to get out there, and I would really love to get these kind of messages out there more. This was actually a topic that one of my newsletter subscribers, the Soul Circle, requested, and it is free to join. And I've put the link in the description below if you would love to join. It gives you one reading a month that is unlisted on my channel, that only my newsletter subscribers can get to. And you also get to shape the channel by requesting topics like this that you would like to see my channel address and do a collective reading on. So I'd love to see you there. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I'll see you in the next pile or the next video.